Hi everyone, I wanted to share how I created this background with Simon Says new planner stamps. Okie doke. I have stamped my background and you can see this is why I have the paper underneath it, because then my hand won't rub on it and I won't contaminate this. So this is the watercolor paper. I love these two colors together, and when you have the two blocks you can just stamp and alternate. That's why I decided to, rather than using one, I was going to use these both. I have to remember to turn off my texting since this is live, unedited. Okay, so here we go, and I want to just show you how I use the Dove blender. So this is the scrap piece of paper that I saved, and I'm going to do this again. I wanted to pick out what colors I want. So I'm just going to start. I have a light hand, a loose grip on my pencil, and I'm going to start here. And notice I'm kind of hover here because this is where I want the color the darkest. And then I'm going to slowly, with my loose grip, if you hold your grip further down your pencil, whatever it is, you have a looser, I think it makes you relax it. If you hold it closer, you tend to be tighter. So I'm holding it further down and I'm hovering here, and now I'm going to carry that color just ever so lightly down, just a little bit. I mean, just so light. Now I'm taking this Dove blender marker, taking the lid off, and you want to clean it off to make sure there isn't any residual color on there. And I'm going to start at this heavier area, and I'm just going to hover here again, pick up a lot of that color, and then I'm going to start bringing the color down my paper. And as it absorbs into there, it should, if you hover it and do it slowly, it'll wash out as you bring the color down. See, just like that. So that is the technique we're using. I'm going to clean this off so I don't cross-contaminate my colors. Now, I love the yellow and gray, and I picked these pastels, and I thought I would just alternate. And I love this so much, it makes me question, am I doing the right thing? And I know all of you have those questions, and you wonder as you're creating along the way. And I always tell myself, okay, this is what I wanted to start with, so I'm going to finish it this way, and I should like the end. Hopefully you will. But usually you do, and it kind of, you just have to trust your instincts. So I'm going to do exactly what I said. I'm going to start. You don't have to worry so much about going in the corners, because when you use the Dove marker, that'll spread the color. But just put your concentration of color here, and then slowly bring it down. And that's it. And I don't know what patterns I'm going to do, so I'm just going to pick up and grab. And I'm going to hover a little bit lightly, more lightly on the yellow so you can see the yellow. And then I know that I want yellow on the gray, so I'm going to, since this is a lighter color, I'm going to hover a little bit more and then slowly wash that color down. And you know, just remember, there's no right or wrong way. These are tips, and the great thing about watercoloring, you can always add more color or take it away later. So I have 4 colors, so I need green. Put green here. Hover, hover. I hover when I use my distress inks also. Now this, I believe, is going to go here unless I change my mind. I like the background so much, I don't know what I'm going to do. But, so if you know for sure that this is going to go here, then you don't need to color this area. But I think I might like this, and maybe I'll just stamp a sentiment on it. So I'm cleaning that tip off again. See, there's a little bit of pink. So I just want to keep this short. So if they were all colored, all of my purples, I would do at the same time. Then you don't have to clean your tip as much. Now notice again that magical little word, hover, hover. I'm just making sure I get those corners. And I'm just giving the time for the color to absorb into the paper and slowly working the tip down here. If you have trouble with watercolors, you have to get a Dove blender. There you go. Now I'm going to clean my tip off again. This is also refillable, which is fantastic. You can buy a fluid to refill this. I've never had to do that yet. My husband and I just watched a TV show about where does all the trash go? And oh my, it makes you appreciate these refillable markers so much more. And it's just scary. I wonder how the world is going to be when my grandkids grow up. So I'm just hovering here as I slowly pull that color down. And I do want it to wash out at the bottom. I don't want any color there really. I'm going to clean that tip and go back and do the yellow. Now I'm just going to mention one thing. There's been such a wonderful response from you all for my color challenge, and I'm so happy so many people are participating. And it's just little old me, and I want to get to all of your beautiful artwork. So if you're sharing on Instagram, it'd be better for me if you just share on Instagram and not on my blog. Don't do both, because then I just get even more overwhelmed. Yesterday, day one, I walked 2.5 miles while I was commenting on Instagram. Instagram is easier because I can do that while I'm on the treadmill or something. I'm finding the blog a little bit difficult. It's going to take me a little longer to get to the entries on my blog. If you feel like you're getting too much concentration of color when you're hovering, or you want it to be a little bit lighter, just take some of that color off like you would on a brush, and then come back to your piece of art that you're coloring. I don't know if you can hear my dog panting in the background. And just be patient and give this time to absorb a little bit. Now you could also turn your paper, and if you want the color to come down a little bit more, you could kind of pull it like in this direction. And then I'm going to take a little bit off so it's a little bit whiter at the end. Now I have done this on regular cardstock. You just have to be careful that you don't saturate your paper. Eventually it will pill, which kind of gives it a neat texture. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll post my card at the end of the video. And thank you again. It's so exciting seeing what you all are creating. Have a great day.